Could Tänak leave Hyundai? That's been a question on a lot of people's minds at the moment. And, well, Thierry Neuville believes that there's every chance that whoever takes over as team principal at Hyundai could influence what Tänak does. Yeah, what do we say about that? Well, it'd be really shocking to see the 2019 World Champion walk away. I don't think he'd walk away from the sport. Neuville has recently referenced, talking to Dirtfish, an article I'll link below, that he thinks that Tänak won't walk away either. But there was another thing that Neuville had said around the time that Oliver Solberg had been dropped, which actually sprung to mind for me. Because after we found out that Solberg was being dropped, another article was running. There was one that we heard a while ago from Neuville, but it got reprinted in light of Solberg being dropped by Hyundai, which was that Neuville said the three best people to go into a Hyundai seat for full time would be Andreas Mikkelsen, Danny Sordo, and Elfyn Evans. Now, Sordo's already in the Hyundai stable, though he doesn't really want to do full time. Mikkelsen has been in the past, and he's running with TalkSport at the moment, but he could probably be coaxed back into a top flight drive. It'd be interesting to see if he wanted to go back to Hyundai, though, especially considering how critical he was to the previous generation, the i20 Coupe World Rally car. But Evans was the kind of left field one, and even though Neuville also included on his list the likes of Chris Meek and Hayden Paddon, who does have contacts with Hyundai, Evans was a very interesting pick. And I want to talk about that for a couple of moments, because it makes me think that Neuville knows something that we might not. Because I think he then flippantly said, oh, but I think he has a contract, which I believe he does. Toyota have been keen to say that they're keeping their lineup the same for next year. But if an Tänak becomes available, could we be about to see Tänak go back to Toyota? I think we could. And then Evans go the other way? Possibly. Be an interesting exchange for sure. But Evans is a consistent driver and he doesn't really complain, and he gets on with the job. That's an element of someone who's been trained up by M Sport, but then the same for Tänak, who just has that hunger to keep going out and winning. Like, if you think about it, how many of these drivers that we're talking about have driven for M Sport at some stage in their career? I think the only one who hasn't full time, well, I actually can't remember if Chris Meek has. I don't think Chris Meek has. Sordo drove one rally, covering for, was it Jari-Matti Latvala? His teammate Peter Solberg in 2012. So Sordo's even driven for M Sport, but on the ladder up, Evans did, Mikkelsen did, Neuville did, Tänak did, multiple times. But I think if there's anybody who's stayed quite a lot within that ethos of M Sport kind of bringing the car home, it's got to be the Welshman. Because he was raised with that attitude as well. He was raised with the idea of if you crash it, you repair it. And you have to make sure you don't put in a lot of damage into the car, because if you do, your career's over. And that was from his dad, the British champion, Gwyndaf. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of swap happen. I don't think we'll see a full-time Sordo. I think Hyundai going for 3 full-timers is a silly idea, because one thing that you can say about late Nandan, well, Nandan's leadership even, because 14, 15, 16 you had driver swaps, but especially late 17 and then 18 and then handed over to Adamo 19, 20, 21 was the specialist format, and having people in that third car who can compete for the occasional win, at least help Hyundai get the big bucks for winning the manufacturer's title. I think that is the approach. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.